Peace, and more peace to everybody out there. What's going on? You already know it's your brother Judas' son, chief content creator and trustee for both Moorish Nationality Card Services and National ID Card Supply. Appreciate you allowing me to take up so much of your very valuable time. I know you could be doing something else, but instead you're watching me, so that's what's up. Anyway, for all of those who have been inquiring or may be interested, whatever the case may be, wanted to make you guys aware that currently we've just updated the design of the enhanced national identification card. As you can see, we've made a few changes here. Now, the outright design is pretty much still the same. We're still going to have the Moorish flag star. As you can see, we moved this border a little further to the right, made it shorter, made it blue, got that star there so that you can enter federal buildings and travel on bus, plane, or train, boat, of which, of course, I'm hearing from several Moors who have procured national identification cards from us that they have been able to fly. They have been able to get on planes, trains, and cross borders and things of these natures utilizing these Moorish national identification cards that we have been producing for them. And one of the main reasons is because we are steadily focusing on the Real ID Act and meeting certain standards to get these cards up to a standard, because that's where it's at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Actually, right now we are currently waiting for another design, but like I was saying before, we were really trying to stick with the Real ID Act and the international ID standards and things of this nature to make sure that Moors aren't having issues when they're trying to get services rendered to them. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people in the world, they haven't seen these Moorish national identification cards, so when they see them, we need to make sure that they are in alignment with what's going on, while at the same time keeping everything in harmony with constitutional and treaty principles. Not only that, also what we are doing to make sure that we are in full alignment with international ID standards, Real ID Act, things of this nature, is we are adding the magnetic strips on to the back of the Moorish national identification cards. And also, let me make it clear, it is up to you. You know, when you guys get these cards from us, you are commissioning that. You can also turn this term national, you can turn that to tribal, because I know it's easier for people who haven't seen these cards before. I know it's easier for them to comprehend it being a tribal card or a native card or things of this nature. What makes it so good is you'll never get away from nationality, because the nationality will always be on the card. It should very much well establish what your nationality is regardless. And not only that, to stay in full alignment with the Real ID Act standards and international ID standards, we are also going to be adding the magnetic strips on the back of the enhanced identification cards. Right now, this is because what we've noticed, even with identification cards that have been issued by the Bureau of Motor Vehicle Corporations, no matter what state it may be, there are issues to where the PDF 417 barcode is not scanning. So what happens is, I notice when I'm in the stores, they'll take the card if it still has this magnetic strip and they'll scan it that way to verify age and identity. So this will help with age verification and things of that nature. We do have the information on how to properly encode the magnetic strip, and we also have the information on how to properly encode PDF 417 and to encode the card to where it is an international identification card and fully compliant with the Real ID Act standards, outside of a few things that we still have to work on because we don't have access to that technology. But the great thing about the magnetic strip, what we found out, and we've known this for years, we've always been able to encode the magnetic strips. We've always had the hardware and the software to be able to do that, right? But the good thing, though, what we learned in this time is that the magnetic strips on the back of identification cards, right, have 3 tracks, and each track has a specific information that goes to that track. So information that's for track 1 can't go to track 2. Information is for track 3 can't go to track 2 nor track 1. So we have all that information, how to properly encode it, and to make sure that it verifies age and identity. So if you're interested in it, go below this video, click that link, maybe in the caption, description, wherever you may be viewing this at, that link is there. You might be on the website. So it's your brother Judas' son. I'm up out of here. Peace and love.